Hi folks, I'm Lou with Living Our Dream Now, and in this video I give you a tour of your major RV power components. We share the best camping locations in the USA.
Hi guys, we hope you enjoy the video.
Check out our RV and camping related gear at our Amazon storefront. Link in video description. Hi folks, I'm Lou with Living Our Dream Now. And Melody and I are located in West Virginia. About a week ago, we had a snowstorm, and we got like 6 inches of snow. Well, that covered the solar panels on our KZ Durango fifth wheel. And I went out and my batteries were low. And that should not be because I keep the RV hooked up to shore power. So I had to do some troubleshooting. And I had to basically find the RV power converter. And in doing that, it's a new RV. I have never located that power converter, so I had to call the dealership. And the person I talked to on the other end of the phone was confusing the major RV components. He was thinking inverter, I'm talking power converter. And so I had to explain this to him. Anyhow, I had to do some disassembly to get to that power converter. And while I have the RV disassembled, I wanted to show you the major RV power components that you'll find in most RVs. Let's head outside and I'll show you all the major power components that are involved. So folks, this is my KZ Durango half-ton fifth wheel. All the power components I'm going to show you are basically the same on any towable RV. Off to my right here, you see that panel? I had to take that panel off of the underbelly of my cargo storage area to get to the power converter, and that's the first item I'm going to show you. You see, that's the power converter right back in there on the floor. You see that silver device? And if we go on the other side, you're going to see a green light. So let me take you on the other side. So I have solar on this RV. My solar panels are up there. And when it snowed, of course, the solar panels stopped operating because they had like six inches of snow on them. And I came out and my batteries were low, and my RV is hooked to shore power, and that should not be the case. Because that power converter that you're looking at right there should keep those batteries charged while it's hooked to shore power, and it was not doing that. So I had to reset. First I had to locate, and then I reset that power converter. And I'll put a picture up. I took a picture of the top of that converter, and it'll give you all the specifications. But if you look real closely, you'll see a green light. So to reset that power converter, what you have to do is disconnect from shore power, and we're going to go back and do that right now, and then we're going to have to shut off the 12-volt power throughout the whole RV. I'm going to show you how to do that. So one of the first things you're probably going to do as soon as you get to a campground is you're going to hook up your shore power. And here I have a 50 amp shore power connection on the exterior of my RV. Here is the power cable that came from the RV. It's a 50 amp power cord. And I have a receptacle back here. I'll show you in a minute, but it's just like at the campground that you would plug into. And I keep this plugged in the whole time that I'm parked at home base. But what I want to show you back here is often you'll have to have a second power cord, so that you don't have to worry about having enough cord to reach power pedestal, because you know some of these campgrounds, the pedestals are in strange places. So I have an additional auxiliary power cord in here. I also have an additional surge protector. This is my secondary surge protector that is less sensitive. I'll talk to you a little bit more about that when I show you the main one I use. But I keep some extensions in here, some adapters. And this right here is for, this plugs in, let me take you over there. This is for my generators when I'm boondocking, for extended stints of boondocking. And this will plug right in here. And then this cord here, these two wires connect in with my Yamaha generators. And that gives me 30 amps of power, and I can recharge my batteries if I get cloudy day or whatnot, because I also have solar on this RV, which I'll show you here in a minute. But I have this cargo carrier I developed, and I have this on our YouTube channel as well, how I constructed that. That plugs right into a 2-inch hitch receiver. But these power cables are right on the end of my RV. They're easy to put in and out. That works really well. But over here is the connection, just like you would have at a campground. And this is the surge protector I use. It's a south wire. And the reason I like this is you have a gauge on here, and it'll tell you how many amps you're using on each circuit. On a 50 amp hookup, you have 2 circuits, and it'll show me how many amps I'm pulling into the RV from the surge protector. You don't want to go without a surge protector. These, you never know what the systems, the electrical system that you're hooking up to, how reliable it is, and you surely don't want to burn your electrical system up or damage it in your RV. So that's a look at the shore power. Right now, I'm going to shut that shore power off, and then I'm going to do that test. So let's go over here. And, circuit breaker right here for 50 amps. You'll see the light is off. No power coming from the shore power. Let's go back over and take a look. I'm going to show you that green light. That green light should still be on. And this is what I had to do to reset that. That power converter. You see that green light still on, and the shore power is off. So now we're going to go over here, and we're going to go to the 12-volt power cutoff. And every RV should have this. They call it a battery disconnect. You see that? Battery disconnect. And we're gonna flip this so that it has just disconnected the 12-volt, all the 12-volt power from these batteries. I'll show you the batteries here a little bit later. But let's go back to that power converter, since I shut the disconnect switch off, and you see no more green light. So that's how you reset that power converter. And when I did that, that fixed the problem. Now let me show you what this does when everything's turned on, and you'll hear that fan running, which means it's putting juice into your batteries. Okay, so I went back in and I've turned the 12-volt battery disconnect back on. So the 12-volt system's connected throughout the RV, and I've also turned the shore power on. You can see the green light is on the power converter, and that converts 110-volt electricity to 12-volt to charge my batteries up. So right now I have my phone in front of me, and this is the One Control app where I can control things remotely on the RV. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the lights on. Now I want you to listen for that power converter. Should kick on. That fan just kicked on. You may be able to slightly see it rotating. And if you listen closely, you could probably hear the fan. So that 12-volt power converter is now charging my batteries. But it's sunny out, and my solar is also putting juice in that battery. So let me show you that. So folks, I special ordered this RV from the factory with solar. And so I have two 220-watt solar panels. You can see them mounted on the roof. I'm going to go down and show you the setup down in the underbelly pertaining to the solar system. So in my RV, I have two 12-volt, 100-amp-hour lithium batteries. They usually stay at about 13.6 volts. And then once a day, they'll go up to about 14.4 volts to top them off. And that's what the solar does. The solar keeps those batteries topped off. And so the solar's on right now. This is the solar charge controller. And right now we have solar coming down from the roof. This is a 30 amp Victron charge controller. And it is taking the energy coming off the roof, converting it to 12 volts, and charging the battery. And this is a very good charge controller. It will stop charging those batteries when they're topped off. And it has worked wonderfully since I've owned it. And it also comes with an app. That's what I'm going to show you right here. You see, this is the Victron app. And it can show you what's going on with your solar charge controller. Right now we have 52.88 volts coming in off the roof. It's in float mode, so it's not putting anything in the battery. That's why you see 0 amps. You see it's in float. So let's go to the history and I'll show you on here. You see, when it's in the gray, let's see, when it's in white, it's in bulk mode, which means it's pouring all the power it can into those batteries. The gray is when it's slowly charging the battery to go up to its maximum voltage, which in this case is 14 point something volts. And once it gets to that, like right now, it's at those batteries at 14.2 volts. It's already went into bulk charging mode, which means it's not putting anything else in, or not bulk, but it's went into float. So let's go back, and you can see it's in float mode. So it's not putting anything in the batteries. It's a nice sunny day, and plus the charge controller is working now, so you have both of those devices that are standing by to put energy in those batteries. And if you didn't have the app out, you can see on here, this light will tell you what stage, what mode the charge controller is, the solar charge controller is in. Right now it's in float. When it's boosting the batteries up to the maximum range, and it's doing it very slowly so it holds the charge, that's called absorption mode. And then bulk is when it's putting everything it can into batteries. There's one final component I'm going to show you, and that is the inverter. I have a Xantrax inverter. It is a 2,000 watt sine wave inverter, and this converts 12 volt power from the battery bank to 110 volts. And when it is turned on, you could be boondocking, you could be out in the middle of nowhere. Melody and I will be able to watch TV. All our 110 volt outlets will work. That's the way this RV is set up. This came from the factory this way. Not all RVs are like this, but it's nice having the inverter to convert your 12 volt power into 110 volts. And some things will not operate, such as the air conditioners and the microwave, but everything else pretty much operates off of the 110 volt. So that is really, really nice when you're dry camping or you're boondocking and you don't have shore power. So folks, even if you don't repair your own RV, it helps to understand the major RV power components that power your RV. And I hope this quick tour gave you some pointers on what those major components are. At our Amazon storefront, I have all the power accessories, the adapters and accessories that I use. So you can go there to look over give you ideas on what you can put in your own RV to make life a little bit easier. And on your screen about right now, you're going to see a link to a video, and it is called RV Cargo Carrier Upgrade Start to Finish. And in that video, if you click on that video, I show you how to assemble that cargo carrier upgrade project that I showed you earlier in the video. Thanks for watching, folks.